Hello, we're here to show you the new features of HQM version 4.0.0, and those features have nothing to do with punching wood, so you're just doing it
They
anyway.
don't, but
Nope.
it's a journey.
Yeah, I guess, but that doesn't have anything to do with wood. Should we get going?
Of course.
Yeah. So the two of us are actually not in a party. We're going to like compete, not really, but because one of the features we actually want to show how it is when you're in different parties. So that's why. We only have three quests here, and the first one is well, you're supposed to kill two chickens, and when you do so, you can get two iron ores. So, where did you get that sword? Oh, that's where. That's why.
Ah, here, have a sword.
I'm,
I will
I'm,
help you,
oh,
maybe.
you tricked me. Now I'm stuck here. So after
Yeah.
killing two chicken, you can claim the reward here. But since this is a repeatable quest, you can do it again. So
It's like you need the repeatable
yeah, there you go.
quests.
So now I've completed that, and now you're supposed to craft iron boots. So first of all, you need to smelt that. Can I get out of here without releasing all the chicken?
Good.
Oh, why is there a pig there? Anyways,
Spawn.
and
Kill all the chickens.
get more iron.
But I don't want any more iron. Just want to kill all the chickens.
That's true. Make sure to claim your reward after two chickens, or you will lose rewards stuff.
Yeah, but who needs iron?
Yeah, well, we do for the second quest.
Yeah, but now I have 6 iron. I only need 4.
Yeah. So that's one new thing with repeated quests. The other one is killing things. So two new features there right away. Um, and craft some things there. There's an old crafting
Yeah, just a
crafting
simple
one.
thing.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Got the reward, and then we have something new as well. Return home. Cool. That's a location task, which means that we want to return to this coordinates, which is 113 meters away. So, shall we?
For me, it's 116.
Well, you're over there. I'm
Um,
closer. I'm going to win.
Nah, I know where it is.
Yeah, it's home. Come on. Maybe we should have cooked the chicken. Yes, yes, saying.
It's not like we know what's going to happen.
No, of course not. But I'm getting hungry. So there it is. That's home, apparently. Oh, you're going to complete the quest first. And there we go. All quests completed. Oh,
Uh,
no.
no.
No, no. Okay, so now we actually got another quest that we didn't know where. Oh, well, we knew, but.
No.
Yeah. So we need to find a key to this house.
He's
And
over there. Over there. Trust me, he's over there.
okay, there's no bloody key here.
Trust me, it's over there. Keep looking. Keep looking.
No.
Keep looking.
Did you find it?
Keep looking.
Where did he go?
I don't know.
So
Look here. I'm here.
how did you get in? Okay, so there's a key, and the quest is to get a key. But this is a detection quest, task, or whatever. So it's good enough to craft it, pick it up, or click manual detection here. So I'm going to pick it up to show that that's going to trigger it. And there we go, it did, and that opened it up here. We got another quest, is to kill zombies, and there are zombies there. Kill it! Kill them!
One.
How many do you have?
I don't know.
Why are all following you? I have 7. I need 3 more.
I don't know how many you have.
Let me get some. Ah! I have all I need, I think. Yeah, I have all I need.
I need.
need
No,
kill it!
no. I need one more.
One more?
Yeah.
I killed only 10.
Is it here? No. Is it here? No.
That's not going to help. What are you
Don't watch us. It's not like we know where the things are. There, should spawn more.
No.
No? Why not?
You're doing it wrong.
Ah.
There you go. Now we have it on. Come and kill some.
Yeah.
Hurry! They are.
Oh, they're coming after me.
Oh shit! So now we have a Hydra, because well,
It's a Hydra.
both completed this quest, so we just spawned a Hydra there, and now we're fighting for our lives, which is well not going to last for too long.
Which is busy with zombies.
Yeah, I actually got slain by a zombie.
Yeah, the zombie took your armor and sword.
Oh, that's very rude actually. But now if I take a quest book here, and the quest we had here was actually to get killed, which is a very rewarding. So Hydra gets stronger when you kill heads. We get stronger when we die. I think that's fair. And then we have this last quest here to actually kill the Hydra there. But we have quite some good things here with protection 10, fire protection 10, and a sword with sharpness 10.
Okay. Let's wait. Let's make it a competition. Wait here. Just here on 3 we go.
Okay.
First who kills gets killed. 1, 2. God damn it!
Well, it's not going to be the first one to get there who gets the kill.
Yeah, but it was fair. Well, thank you, server, for letting us know to save the world. Only that little? We really didn't try, did we?
Yeah. Well, we had a ton of zombies there as well.
Aim for the hats.
Yeah, so this is a bit easier now, don't you think?
Just a bit. Fire protection and protection 10. What do you mean, bit easier? Get your head down here. You grow another one.
It's a Hydra, come on.
Little Hydra? Oh, that's your tail. I was checking its tail. Okay, that's one head down. Mister, could you please get your head down here? We need to kill it. Come on.
It's almost dead.
We
got this.
We got this. Not like he can kill us with this armor.
Not really. I have actually taken 1 heart of damage.
1.5 here.
There you
Okay,
go.
who got it?
I got it.
Damn it!
Did I get it? Yes, I got it. Woohoo! 6 part. So since we're not in a party, it's only the one actually killing it that gets credits for it. If we were in a party, it wouldn't have mattered who killed it. We would have both gotten credit for. Well, we're in a party, so we share progress. And well, that's pretty much it. Well, these are actually just some of the features we haven't covered all. The next part of the video, I will go through and show you how to create these different things, like how to create a portal that doorway that open, how to spawn like Hydras on command like that, and things like that. And then I will go a bit more in depth. But this was just showing some of the features in a less serious way, I guess.
Just a bit of a.
I won. So let's take a look at this now from a map maker perspective. So here's the quest we had for the little map that we played, and as you can see, as we saw in the beginning, we had 3 quests, and the other ones are invisible. But since I'm in edit mode, I can take a look at them anyways. So these were the 3 first ones where we got the ores, crafted the boots, and ran home pretty much. But what I'm going to be focusing on first is to actually go through the different new tasks we have. So I'm just going to create a new quest for that, and if we go in here, we can do create tasks. So now we have quite a lot here. We have location task, that's when we traveled home, so let's take a look here. So what we can do is a few different things. First of all, we can give that an icon just to, bread, whatever, or I don't know, sword. So as you can see, I can have multiple locations. Then you need to visit all before completing the task, and you can now have up to 4. You can name these. So if I click there, bakery, for instance, armored, or something like that. Maybe blacksmith would fit better, but whatever. So icons and names just for making it look good, and then you can do the edit location one to actually specify what your looking for here. So I can press your location, and it's going to fill out my location here. I can specify the dimension, that's the ID. It works with like Mistcraft Ages as well. And the target radius is how close to it you must be for it actually to trigger. So you can have like 100 there, then being 100 meters away is actually fine, whereas, you know, 3 you have to be fairly close. And as it also states here, if it's a -1, for instance, then it ignores the place location altogether. Then you can actually look for just the dimension, which means that you can trigger something when the player reaches the end, the nether, or any other dimension. So it doesn't matter where you are, just that you are in the correct dimension. And then we have a few different options here. What we want to do, we can show the location. I visit this now because I pressed your location, so I'm actually in the correct spot, so that's why I completed it. We can have actually let's do it for this one. Okay, so we have show location here. So it shows the location, which is 000. It says that I'm 2.5 thousand meters away, like that. However, if I do the other one, hide info here, I'm not going to be told anywhere where it is, which basically means that you will have to guide the player somehow else with the text or with something in the map. And then there's another option, which is show all, which is also going to display how close you actually have to be. So if you want to inform the player how close they have to be for this to trigger, then you can specify so. The default one, as you saw, is this one, where it just searches location and how far you are. So that's that one. So when you go there, you trigger that, complete all, you complete the task. Okay, so next one is the QDS task. The QDS task is just like a, as it says here, just like a normal consume task. The only special thing with the QDS task is that this button here is disabled. That's the only special thing. So you can use that to teach player this how you use the QDS. So you can force them to actually complete the quest using the QDS. So that's that. Nothing too fancy, but quite useful ones. Then we have the detection task. That's what we saw as well with the key. So what you do here is just normal. You specify items, bread, whatever. So now I can do manual detection, and I completed because I had one piece of bread. I can do more things here as well. Normally you can't complete this, but since I'm in edit mode, it's fine, even though I haven't even unlocked it. So like I said in the other part of the video, picking it up, crafting, or clicking manual detection is going to trigger it to do the detection there. If we do another one here where I look for bread as well, but 64 of them, if I do, well, I can't do that right now because I have actually completed it. But now if I would hit manual detection, then what would happen would be, let's actually do that. So create a new task. I bet you didn't know that. So if I do that, oops, that now, and do hit bread 64. If I do it now, it's not going to do anything. And the reason why that's the case is because otherwise you can just click manual detection twice and complete it. So you need to have all 64 bread at a time. However, if I do like this, let's go with iron ingots like that, and then I actually get more than 65. Come on. There you go. So now I have enough bread, and I do manual detection there. So that's fine. I still don't have the iron, but I have all the bread. So that's so you can't just click manual detection multiple times and complete it. So that's that, the manual detection one. Quite handy if you can't detect it by crafting, but you don't want the player to submit it. Maybe if they craft it using some magic, whatever, some technical stuff from other mods, and it can't detect that, then here's an option for you. Then we have, oops, why do I go back all the time? Then we have the killing task. Then you want to kill a specific amount of monsters. And it looks a bit like the location task, and it's pretty much the same actually. You can just specify an icon and a name. That's the same. So killed the master baker, like that, for instance. And then we have this button instead, where we can edit the monster, and I can just edit this one. And what we get is a long list of a lot of different stuff here. Here are everything from Twilight Forest, because that's where the Hydra come from. We have that installed, so you can just select something from a mod if you want to, or the vanilla stuff that are being listed here as well. So if I want to, I can, for instance, search for spider, and let's go with the normal spider like that, and then I can say, well, let's kill 10. I have one last option, which is the match here. A type match means that well, anything that is a spider or subclass to this spider. So subtype basically is okay. So cave spider would actually trigger this. So if I kill 10 cave spiders, then that's fine. If I go with this mode, it has to be the vanilla spiders because that's what I have selected here. So cave spiders is no good, but normal spiders is just fine. This one, it doesn't matter. And there you go. By default, that's why I select a new one. By default, if you select a mob, it's going to pick the correct egg for it and put it here, if it can find one. Yeah, if it can't find one, it won't add anything there. And even though it has done this, that doesn't prevent us from adding more bread there, like so. Another thing worth mentioning is if you want a thing where you just want to kill anything, then vanilla actually has categories for mobs and monsters, so you can just use those. And then use the type match, of course. So there you go, that's that one. And then we have one last one, which is the death task, which is super simple and can be used either to troll, to force people to die, or as we had here, that it actually helped us. We died against the Hydra, so alright, here's some help, because you're never going to complete it otherwise. So what we do is then just click here, and you've died 0 times. I've actually completed there, but just whatever. How many times do you need to die? Well, 5. Okay, there you go. So now I need to die 5 times to complete this. So there you go. 5 new different tasks. Well, task types, that is, which is quite useful. Like so. Right. So we don't need that anymore there. Then we have a few other things. We have set repeatability here. So let's do that here. Okay, so now I have 4 options. One is the normal, not repeatable. The second one is this. That's actually the one we saw in the first part of the video. Well, as soon as the quest is completed, we can do it once more. Straightforward. Here we have interval repeat. Interval repeat means that after, for instance, 10 Minecraft hours, which is 50 seconds each, so 500 seconds basically, then you can do it again. So now it's going to say here, repeatable quest, refresh on interval, next reset is in 10 hours. So it doesn't matter when you completed the quest. It's always going to be every 10th Minecraft hour going to refresh. But it's only going to refresh and, well, reset, whatever you want to call it, if you have completed it. So you won't lose any progress of it if you're still doing it. But at every 10th hour, for anyone that has completed it, then you can do it again and get the reward again. And then when you complete it, you have to wait for the next reset, and so on. And then we have the last one, which is cooldown repeat, which also has a timer here, also in Minecraft days and hours, which is a bit different. Cooldown on completion, which means that when you complete this quest, you have to wait 10 hours before you can complete it again. Minecraft hours. So it doesn't, well, here it does matter when you complete it, so it's not like, alright, everyone unlocks it now, everyone unlocks it now. It's, alright, I completed it, wait 10 hours, now I can complete it again. So that's a repeatable quest for you. If you have completed a quest at least once, then it allows you to continue in a quest line like this. When we completed this at least once, we saw that we needed to craft a pair of boots. Right. Okay. So that's that. Then we have this trigger quest, which is actually what's having this invisibility here. So if I go to that and click here. So a normal quest, just a normal quest, it doesn't have anything to do with this trigger thingy. The trigger quests are otherwise used to trigger invisible quests and trigger quest lines or whatever. So here's a normal trigger quest. A normal trigger quest means that it's going to be invisible forever. This quest is never going to become visible. But when it's completed, you can complete everything in well, after it. So if this would be a trigger quest, now it's invisible, as you can see. Not too clever to have that as a repeatable, but whatever. And then we have another quest here, and then we connect them together, so like that. So now this quest will be invisible until you complete this quest. Then this one will turn visible because it's a child to a trigger quest, and then you can do it as well. So if we have a quest line here, so if I create another one here, then as soon as this one is completed, both of these will become visible, and we can complete them. Before that we can't, because they are disabled, pretty much. And yeah, so you can't see this even when you have completed it, which means that, well, consume tasks is a no-no, because for consume tasks you have to either do manual submit, or you have to select a task to give mark it at a QDS. And that's not going to work. If it's going to be invisible all the time. So you can use killing tasks. You can do locations, deaths, detection tasks, crafting tasks. But the QDS task and the consume task doesn't really work, because then you actually have to interact there as a player. And of course, you won't know what you need to do for this to be unlocked. So maybe when you reach a village, a specific village, then it activates. A bit like what we did. We reached the door and we had forgotten our keys, so then we got a quest. Well, now you need to unlock these things. These are, however, not trigger quests, because, well, these quests actually become visible. Or you kill like 100 zombies, and then maybe you get a quest. Oh, you got approached by some weird wizard that wants you to help him with some weird quest or whatever. So you can actually do that, but the player won't know how to, well, start that quest line. Oops, that's not what I wanted. The next option is a trigger task. A trigger task works a bit the same. So this is disabled, and as soon as it becomes visible, then these becomes visible too. However, if we have it as a trigger task, that means that as soon as we've completed the trigger tasks, this quest will become visible. And if you saw, there were an option there how many trigger tasks there were. So at the moment there would be one, which means that as soon as I visit the bakery and the armory, that means I complete the first task in this quest, which means that the rest of the quest unlocks. It becomes visible and I can see it and interact with it. When I do so, the detection task itself is still visible. So then you can actually have, okay, we have a quest here that the first part is actually to visit a village, and maybe you want to notify the player that, oh right, you just visit this village, so now you start the quest line. So then maybe you have this location task in the beginning, and then it says, well, I just so village, whatever, and that triggered it. And that also allows you to have rewards, because since this quest is becoming visible as soon as you complete the trigger task or the trigger tasks, then you can claim the reward when you have completed it as well. So that's that one. And then we have the last one, which is reverse trigger, which means that this quest will be invisible. As you can see, this whole quest line becomes visible now. It will be invisible until it's available, which means that that's exactly what we're using here, reverse trigger. So this quest is invisible because this one isn't completed, so we can't do this one. So when you can start doing it, like when it would normally flash, it will be, well, start flashing, and you can click on it and continue with it. But until we reach that point when it's starting flashing, it's not even going to be grayed out like this. It's going to be completely invisible, and that's the reverse trigger. And that's pretty much that for the trigger quest. So you can do quite a lot with that. Whole quest lines that are invisible. Another thing worth mentioning is we have 3 quests here, 3 quests there, so that's 6 together, and it's going to say 6 quests here and here as well. That means that these are not even considered as quests until they actually unlock. So, well, you don't know they are there, but all of a sudden they will, and then they will be counted here. Right, okay. So then we have one more feature, which actually haven't been showed on Twitter or anything, and that's this thing, quest option. So let's say we do have a quest line like this. Maybe it's get somewhere, or, well, interact with someone, give them some items or whatever. But then maybe you want to have 2 sub quest lines to that. Maybe you want to have, like, do I want to pick the dark side or the good side or whatever. It could be something else as well, but that's an example. So do I want to save this guy or kill this guy or whatever? Well, you can actually do this. So what you do is have these 2 quests, then you do the quest option and link them together. That's a blue line. Then we do the requirement like that, and then we do let's see. That. Okay, so what's going to happen now is when we complete this quest here, both of these will be enabled. This blue line will not be visible for the player. That's only visible because I'm in edit mode. So when you complete this quest, both of these are enabled. As soon as you complete one of them, the other one becomes invisible. So if this is the good side one, then when I complete it, then I can continue with this one, because obviously it's the shell quest to this one. Both these quests become completely invisible, and I can't continue with them. Right? Well, that's the choice the map maker has done here. Another thing you could do is, of course, making this a trigger quest, and making that a trigger quest. What this means now is that when you complete this one, you can start completing these ones. When you complete one of them, the quest lines for these child quests becomes visible. You never had the option to do both. You only knew, well, all of a sudden something triggered. Another thing you can do, of course, have it like this. Maybe this quest here is, well, help this man. Well, maybe you feel evil and kill him instead. What's going to happen? Well, this quest becomes visible, and that disappears due to the fact that this is a trigger. Well, maybe you have a trigger task or whatever, but that one becomes visible due to it being a trigger task, and the only task is that you should kill him, and you only have one trigger task. Then that becomes visible, and you have completed that one, and this whole quest line disappears. So you can have a primary quest line, but then if the player does something special, like going to the dark side or not delivering the item the people ask for, delivering something even better, then you can trigger some other quests, and the normal quests disappear. You can do this much more advanced if you want to. It might get a bit complex, but what you can do if you have a lot of quests is connect them in whatever way you want. Like that. Okay, so now if you complete any of these 3 quests, the others will become invisible. If you complete this quest, that one will become invisible, and if you complete this quest, all of the others will become invisible. So if they are connected with a blue line directly between each other, then if one is completed, then the other one becomes invisible and impossible to complete. So that's the object option, well, quest options there, so you actually can give the player an option which quest to actually complete, even though the player might not know that there is an option there. So, right, that's that. That's all for the quest book, actually. But we have some new blocks as well. So, to handle those, what we want to do is, for instance, select that one. So I just selected that with this tool. You just click there, and then you click on a quest, and that selects it. Okay. So what I want to do is actually go into creative mode and grab these 2 new blocks. So we have had a QDS before. Now we have the QTS and the QGS. So it's the quest tracking system and the quest gate system. So let's start with the tracking system. And for that I need some redstone too. This is the block we use to spawn the zombies and the Hydra. So what you can do is, well, since I clicked on the here and then selected that quest, if I right click there, then I bound the prepare for defense there, and it's going to say prepare for defense. What I can do here is define a few different things, how it's going to define its redstone strength. The player radius here defines who it can detect. At 0, as it says here, it will include every single player, even if they are offline. So if somebody has been online once, and that one is good enough for the detection, then that's fine. It doesn't matter. But if you have a radius, it's going to be the radius around this block, and it's not going to include offline ones, of course, because they don't have positions. Okay, so the team tracker is actually what we used here, and what it's going to do is it's going to send out a redstone signal depending on how many teams that have completed this selected quest here. And what we did then was to just like that. So when one of us completed it, we got 1 strength here, well, 1 signal here, and then when the second one, we got a single strength of 2 here, which gave it a single strength of 1 here, which then gave us a redstone signal. So like that, we detected that 2 teams had completed. And for this radius, at least one of the player in the team has to well, go through this check. So if it's not 0, then 1 player has to be in that radius. Right. Then we have the player tracker, which is pretty much the same thing, but it's going to count every single person in that team that has completed it. So if we're a team of 3 people and we have completed it, we will count as 3, whereas a team of 2 people that have completed it they will only count as 2. But if both teams have completed it, we will be 5 together, and therefore a single strength of 5. For both of these things, if there are more than 15 teams or players that have completed it, it will stay at 15. So that will be the maximum. And there you go. The next thing here is progress tracker. And what it will do is send out a single strength depending on the progress. So if you have completed the quest completely, it will give a strength of 15. If you have completed it a bit, then it well, I don't know. Maybe if you have 33% completed, it would be a single strength of 5, and things like that. So it will basically do that depending on strength. So I have selected the prepare for defense here. So therefore, if I kill a chicken, I will be halfway done with that. Let's see if I can kill one. Well, they just run away, won't they? And now I just help them. Yeah, come on. There you go. So now I killed one. So I haven't completed the quest because I've only killed one of them. But that means I've completed half of it. And oh, I didn't save it. I need to save it. There you go. By hitting OK. So obviously this is not doing anything because no teams have actually completed the quest. But if I do that, it's going to do progress here. Of course, people can have different progress, and that's why it says max here, which means it's going to take the person or the team, actually, the party, with the highest progress. So if someone has completed it, then it's going to be at full strength. However, we have this one as well. It's going to take the closest player to this block and calculate the strength from that. However, with this max thing, or well, with any setting, it's going to take the maximum one that suffices of the setting here. So if you have 100, then, well, if the player is too far away, then that's not going to be counted for the maximum setting like that. If I complete the quest, let's do that. So I need to kill another chicken. Come on, there you go. So now I completed the quest, and therefore it's oh, actually, that was a bad example. Here we go. Now we have a single strength of 1 because one player has completed. However, since it's a repeatable quest, it has actually reset. I have no progress here. So that's why it's not giving me a full strength here. It would do that otherwise if it weren't a repeatable quest. Or if it were a repeatable quest with a interval or time delay that and it wouldn't have reset yet. So yeah, so it was a bit of a bad example, sorry for that. But we get a single strength there. So yeah. And then we can do something like that to detect if at least one player has completed it. Right. Then that was the QTS. Then we have the QGS here, and that didn't really look like the block I placed, but that's intentional. Okay, so I can still bind. Let's actually do this. So I create a new quest here, which is going to be let's do a killing task, and then I should kill a chicken. Here. So one chicken is enough. There you go. And then I select that one. Select that one there, and then I bind it there. Okay, so there we go. So it looks like this. Cool. I can change so it looks like that one as well, which also quite neat. Or I can actually go here and change so it looks like anything, and that's what we used in the earlier parts of the video. So we do planks here, like so. There you go. So you can camouflage it to whatever you want to. Well, what is it used for then? Well, basically, if you complete the quest that is bound to it, it can change. So, by default, when I complete it, I'm actually going to mark where it is, so I know where it is. When I complete it, as you saw in the earlier parts of the video, so one chicken is enough for this quest, but that's hard anyways. So there you go. Now it's invisible because I completed the quest. And that's pretty much the purpose. I can run through it and everything. But as you also saw, when Tim had completed the quest, he could run through it. I still saw it as solid blocks. So it's going to be dependent on who you're talking to. So basically, everyone who has completed the quest can go and see through it. Whereas anyone who hasn't done that can't go nor see through it. Well, that's the settings here. Of course we can do the opposite. So now we can have it as being, well, having collisions while we have completed it, and be invisible and no collision while we haven't. So you can like make a bridge appear when you need one for a specific quest or whatever. So you can trigger things for specific quests. You could have done that with redstone like this as well, but now you can make sure that only the players that actually are doing the quest can go through or whatever. Whereas here you can trigger a door, but then anyone can go through it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So quite a lot of things for 4.0.0 there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But as always, like last time we had a treasure hunt for the mod. So to get a mod to be released, someone has to complete the treasure hunt. And we're actually doing that again because people seem to like it. So there will be a link in the description to the treasure hunt, and we'll tweet about it as well. And as soon as anyone has completed it, we will release the mod. So, well, help each other out. And we'll have an IRC channel where you can chat and help each other. And also, for the very first clue, let's, well, that one needs a clue. Well, for the very first page, you need a keyword, and I'm going to figure that out right now. Let's have it as bread. So for the first one, type bread, and you're ready to go. There we go.